My name is John Butiu. I am a 3D visual development artist for Sony Pictures Animation. Oh, definitely. I mean, just seeing 2D animation still, especially in Japan. I mean, they aren't letting that go, which is great. I mean, I love 2D animation, Miyazaki, and tons of other amazing directors. So I definitely think 2D is still here to stay. But with the technology, with the speed, and with the the computers out there, the kids learning, it's a lot of times it depends on what the people want to see. But I think there's a niche for both 2D and 3D, because that's where you kind of learn the basics. A lot of times people who start off with Photoshop and painting with all this access to all the different brushes and whatnot, if they don't know the basics behind design and concept and color theory and composition and doing it by hand, sometimes you can tell that a lot of the design sense isn't there. Growing up and learning, doing everything like 2D, you learn to just be loose, have fun, and if you mess up, you just start over again. That's the key with art and design, is you just can't be afraid to make mistakes, and sometimes you learn from it and you grow, and you just kind of just, like what Armand was saying earlier, it's like a lot of people, they draw with the wrist, but they're limited to this range of motion, whereas if you start drawing with your whole arm, you get the basic shapes down and the concept and the basic feel of the piece and the design, as opposed to just focusing in on all the details, because the details aren't important. It depends on the executives and what they want to see. They probably ask a lot of people questions on what they're looking for, or the audience. But sometimes they'll do it in 3D, but then they'll have a 2D look. They'll have a 2D shader, so it looks, when you look at it, like, oh yeah, it looks hand drawn and hand animated. But then when you see the credits, there's like 60 people working on it, and you're like, oh, it must have been in 3D, because all these artists had their hand in it. And yeah, it all depends again on the studio. There's no real, okay, we're only going to do 2D stuff here. A lot of the big studios, they want to do the big 3D anime, because it depends.